First thing is these $300 a week federal sit-on-my-ass payments. Have you seen anything in data yet to suggest that states that are canceling them are having a faster pickup in people looking for jobs? You would think they would. I haven't seen data yet. Have you?
It's very early in the process because we're just seeing now some states using their flexibility to get rid of these extra subsidies for joblessness. And we are seeing that unemployment rates are lower and the job market is picking up quicker. But we want to be careful. Don't read too much into 1 or 2 months of data. But we went through this same process back during the Obama years. And what did we find? We found exactly what economic theory would suggest, that when you no longer subsidize joblessness, you don't get as much joblessness. So I have complete confidence that we'll see the same thing going on over the next couple of months with this episode.
Is there a parallel also with welfare reform under Bill Clinton?
Well, certainly with welfare reform, the basic premise was getting rid of that sort of unlimited entitlement of not having a job, of getting paid more money for having more kids out of wedlock and things like that. And what happened when we did welfare reform and basically kicked it to the states, it was a great story of federalism. States basically said, you're going to have to look for a job and try to find employment and be part of the labor force. And that was very successful. It was successful in terms of actually transitioning people into the job market from government dependency. But perhaps more important, it wound up reducing poverty, including child poverty. So everything our friends on the left said, oh, this is going to be terrible, you're condemning especially more children to poverty, they were wrong about that. Just like they were wrong about when we got rid of the extended unemployment benefits under Obama, they said, oh, the job market will be worse. No, it got better. You don't want government to subsidize bad things and penalize good things. And yet that's so often what we see with policies coming out of Washington.
A lot of people believe, and you can count me among them, that part of the motivation for the big push to include these sort of guaranteed weekly benefits, even before the $300 a week stuff, the bigger benefits in the COVID bills, were kind of a sneaky way for Democrats, and unfortunately Trump went along with some of this, but a sneaky way to get Americans to like the idea of UBI as sort of a sub rosa UBI. Do you see it that way? And what are you thinking and seeing about universal basic income these days?
Basic income is this theory that the government owes all of us enough money to live on. And not just starvation wages, but we supposedly all should get like $20,000 a year just for breathing. And according to some of the folks on the left who support this, well, that'll give people more freedom to choose the job that's best for them. It'll give them a basic floor to live on, and then they can make decisions that will enrich their lives above and beyond that. And I wrote just the other day about a new study from 4 economists at the University of Chicago, where they actually looked at lottery winnings as a proxy for what happens when people have windfall payments. Which in effect is what a basic income handout from the government would be. And they found big reductions in the amount of earnings that people would they just wouldn't work as much. They would have less income, because why earn income when you're getting money from some external source? So I think basic income would be a very risky idea. This is what Andrew Yang made as his centerpiece when he ran for president last year. Now, ultimately, he didn't get anywhere, and he also didn't get anywhere when he ran for mayor of New York City. So hopefully basic income, between Andrew Yang's failure politically, along with this very important new research from the University of Chicago, hopefully this kills the idea of a basic income. But getting to the core of your question you just asked, there are plenty of people in Washington who like the idea of giving people big payments of money, because what happens when you become a ward of the state? Well, then you feel grateful for the politicians that are giving you the goodies. So if you want to try to maximize votes as a politician, you want as much dependency as possible. The only problem is, other than just sort of my libertarian philosophy, the problem is sooner or later, if you make everyone dependent on the state, and there are fewer and fewer people who are actually pulling the wagon, you wind up being grease and your entire fiscal system collapses. And I already feel we're heading that direction anyhow. Why step on the accelerator when we should be stepping on the brakes?